Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. This is going to be a very special reading today. It is about a great cycle that is ending and a new one that is beginning. And it's an enormous cycle because I am inspired by Neptune and Saturn now moving into Aries, but also Uranus and Gemini. This is a great transformational moment for the collective. And I'm really looking forward to discovering what it is about with you. I think that I had to go through this huge shift myself before I started doing readings again. So I really took the time to soak in all of the information that was coming to me. It's a lot. It's a lot of change, and I felt like I needed some time to make my readings helpful and just not be more noise, more anxiety, more noise, more problems, more issues. I feel like I need to clean up a lot of my reasoning and a lot of my explaining to you, but also I would like to ask more questions. So maybe now some of my readings might be more about the questions that we need to ask ourselves and the questions that I have for the collective, because I feel like there's a lot to be let's say there's a lot of growth that can come from conversation. And I know that online conversations can be very overwhelming, sometimes very toxic. So, of course, I will try to keep it very sane as much as I can. There are a lot of people that are going through personal stuff and don't really have the space for the transpersonal, for the other, and especially for the very extended idea, let's say, of their consciousness. It's a bit much sometimes, and sometimes we do need to deal with the personal. But I feel like this moment, Saturn and Neptune going into Aries, it's transpersonal energy. And it's going, of course, to affect our personal realities because of Saturn. Saturn is the boundary. And I'm also I'm trying to understand the influence of Neptune, because a lot of people just say that it's going to bring a lot of illusion, and I just felt like that's maybe not the case this time. And I want to make my case for you. I think that because it's coming with Saturn at the same time, I feel like Saturn is going to not allow illusion. So that's an enormous thing if you think about it. At least in this, let's say, cardinal moment. It's the explosive moment of this beautiful conjunction, incredibly powerful. And the Aries, so if you think about the planets, they're like the what, and the signs are the how. So what is happening? Saturn and Neptune are happening, and how it is coming through. It's in Aries, so it's through the energy of just do it, just do it, just act, and you act first and you think later. So that's really strange for Saturn. It's a very uncomfortable place for Saturn. So, which is also very interesting. So these very slow structures, very ossified and crystallized structures, are all going to be put into they're going to be stressed to their fullest. And this is going to be incredible for us if we are not afraid. And the trick with Saturn, at least from my experience, is to not fear. But it is fear-inducing experience because it's the boundary, it's the limit, it's the it strains you, it tests you, and it's also very karmic. So it brings up all the stuff that is unresolved. So it is going to be very hard to deal with that kind of energy at such speed and with such force, like brute force that Aries brings. So, but at the same time, I'm kind of, it can be very funny to see like this. So I would imagine like this old man suddenly feeling very revitalized and young again. That's Saturn in Aries for me. It's like, it's a contradiction, but it's also very endearing in a sense, because it's like I can do stuff again. I can do it with all that experience and with all that, let's say, baggage that Saturn brings. But it's a very, I can do it. I just do it. Just go for it. If you want it, if it's something that lights your fire, that's Aries. If it's something that is you're passionate about, just do it. And even for that old, like kind of decrepit energy, it can be very revitalizing. So I see so many opportunities and possibilities for the collective. I'm very excited for this, actually, although I know that it's going to be very, very disruptive. And that's also why I took a few days, and I wanted to explain to you all why. This is why I was just really soaking in the change and soaking in the energies around me and trying to understand how I could not come from a place of fear, because there's a lot of fear right now. And it's going to be terrible in the, I feel like the moments before, it's going to be very, very strange and very, very hard for a lot of people that are very focused on the old ossified parts. So that's the Saturn structure. And they will not enjoy being infused with all that passion, with all that drive suddenly, like to just go. Because if you're not relaxed and if you don't allow the energy to flow, if you're like very ossified yourself, you're not going to enjoy it, because you're all you're seeing is destruction. And that's Saturn. And yeah, Saturn in collaboration with Aries. It's a very very unlikely paradoxical collaboration, but they're and they bring the Neptunian energy. That's a whole different thing that I really don't agree with the illusion part at this moment. I feel like we are not going to have the time to be deluded, because Saturn in Aries, to me, it's much more close to us, to our experience, and it's going to show you things in a practical way. So it's like there's no time to be deluded, actually. And that can also be very painful, because sometimes delusions and that dream state, it can be kind of comfy, and it can help a lot of people release some pressure. But I don't feel like we're going to have time for that. And so we might as well have fun with all the craziness that Saturn and Aries is going to bring. So maybe that's the Neptunian energy that we can enjoy, that can also be about having fun. Neptune can be related to entertainment and like movies and stories, and of course they're not true. They can be fantasies, but they're very useful too. And it's almost like there's no way they can't be useful, because Saturn and Aries just makes sure that everything is taken care of. It's like no way. We just have to explore everything in detail, and not very slowly, because with the Aries impetus, and it's very hard to do things slowly. That's one of the things that I predict. Like, it's very hard to take it slow. So maybe for some of you, you have to kind of force yourself to take it slow. I did do that. I felt like I should take it slow because I wanted to put out some videos and I wanted to continue the conversation. But I felt like, no, if I want to be useful and if I want to contribute with something that is constructive for myself too, I have to stop and I have to rewind a bit and see where this is going to take us and what is my role here. So yeah, enough of my rant. That's a lot, like 10 minutes. So sorry for that. So we're going to see what this big cycle, thousands of years, is going to bring us, both as it ends and what comes next. But specifically in this turning point, because it's too far into the future to just really have this very wide perspective, like thousands of years. But we can consider the smaller cycles too. But I'm going to leave that to each one of the piles if they want to show me things that are very, holistic and spiritual and transcendent, or if it's more practical. Let's see. So pile number 1, we have Capricorn, Aries, Taurus, and Sagittarius. And your card is Psyche with the World. For the second pile, we have Aquarius, Libra, Pisces, and Cancer. This is your World card. For the third pile, we have Leo, Scorpio, Virgo, and Gemini. You have the World Tree. Okay, so I will give you a moment for you to choose your pile using the decks and the world cards, the zodiac signs, or just your intuition. I will see you in your reading. Pile number 1, this is your world card with Psyche, and this whole chrysalis tarot deck is about the metamorphosis, the transformation of the soul. So this is the final stage when it breaks out of the chrysalis and transforms. It finishes the metamorphosis. So it's the threshold moment. It's liberation and self-acceptance, and also the understanding of who you really are after the transformation. But there's a lot of letting go too. So you can step into a new sense of abundance. You have a lot of grapes. And grapes can also be about like the drunkenness, the ecstasy of transformation, of liberation. Okay, so let's get you an oem first. Whoa, okay. Oh, something's stuck in my finger. Sorry about that. Okay. Interesting. This is Phagos or Phakos. Yes. And this is about ancient knowledge and ancient writing. So maybe you're finding something out about the past, your past, something clicks, something makes sense. Okay, so there's a lot of debris here. What's happening? Sorry. So, what is this about for pile number 1? What is this transformation going to feel like? What does it bring to your life? Fields, collectives, service, harvest, equanimity. Interesting. Something is going to feel very different around you. The environment, the context, and love. Childlike innocence, play, honesty, and essence. Right. I feel like you're getting something back because you have childlike innocence and the ancient writings. It's like a memory. There's something, a memory that's coming back. And it's something that's around you, something like maybe you go back to a place, an environment, or you change your environment. Maybe you'll change. There's a lot of change in the scenery. It's like a change of scenery. Is there anything more? So I feel like it's enough. Okay. Sacrifice. Okay, maybe here. And impulsiveness. Right. That letting go. That sense of letting go and moving on. Being childlike again. Being playful again. So it can be for some of you, you're moving from one place to another very soon, or it's happening already. Change of jobs, location, scenery. But you're leaving something behind too. It's not just the new thing, it's also what you leave. Okay. What else do we have? Okay. Spirit dancer. The soul shrinker. And Ilp the retriever. There you go, getting something back. But this soul shrinker here, I feel like it's related to the sacrifice, but it also seems like someone saying, like, if you do that, you will lose this, and it's really terrifying you, or it's like a negative influence. Someone or an entity trying to have a negative influence. Like, you don't deserve it, you shouldn't do it, be afraid, don't do it. It's too much of a risk, or you're sacrificing too much. Right. Doesn't feel good, this character here. 7 of Mirrors. So all the mirrors are fine except for one that is broken. This is giving me the creeps. There's something quite creepy about this energy here for me. It's like haunting. Oh. I feel like you have to make a decision. You have to sacrifice a memory, maybe something that you have cherished, but I feel like right now it's like a cracked mirror. It's distorting your perception. It's distorting your vision of yourself. These two. Herne the Hunter, the Chariot, and Two of Mirrors. Sorry for the silence. I feel like this is going to be a very specific reading. And that this is about a person that was a part of your life. Two of Spirals, Two of Wands. A relationship, someone who is connected to you, that I feel like you have to revisit that connection, and they might be, it's someone who is a part of your childhood that you might want to revisit this connection, because there's something about them and the connection with you that needs to be cleared. It needs some kind of cleansing, honesty. You need to face it. Because there's something that should be yours that is not at the moment. And it can be a piece of knowledge. It can be the way you see. So imagine that you have this person in your past, that you have memories of them, and you might have to meditate on that so that you clear that field, because there's something interfering with the memory of someone from your past. And it's kind of hitchhiking its way into your psyche, let's say, into your chrysalis, into the bubble, the energy field. And it's confusing your vision. It can be the end of an illusion about a person from your past. So maybe you had this admiration for them, or you had this conception of what they were, who they were, and something breaks, you realize something about what happened. And it's not that you have to destroy the whole thing, but you have to discern. And maybe you understand, like, oh, maybe this person wasn't exactly what I thought they were. And it might be hard to think about them in that way, because maybe they were kind of a part of your foundation. But it's like, because you liberate yourself from that conception, that false conception of them, you get to also play again. You allow yourself to play again, which is interesting. And be spontaneous. Trust yourself. I feel like this person inadvertently maybe undermined your self-confidence. the Corsair, Knight of Spirals. Well, they might have been a little bit self-centered, a little bit they drew a lot of attention to themselves, and they did what they wanted. They're like, no, I'll do what I want. I'll do whatever I want. So in a way, they're an example. But because they were very close, I feel like you have to discern something, because their confidence also ended up feeding on your confidence too, or just maybe comparing is not very positive. Comparing yourself to their experience, or to not comparing. It's not comparing. It's like cohabitating, or having to live with that energy, having to live with that presence, gave you the wrong idea about what it is to be confident. And it ends up undermining your confidence, because it's the wrong way to be confident, at least for yourself. Maybe for this person this was fine. I don't know. Maybe that's not the point. What's the point here is how you can feel more confident. And there's also the ancient writing aspect here that I will explore later, but let's just see what is the point here. What is the point of this? So what's the point for pile number 1? Gaia, the Empress, to create what you want, to be accepted for your creations. 2 of Scrolls. And I feel like to make the right choices. So this energy here makes you insecure about your choices. Nine of Stones. Maybe this is work related. Maybe this is like a career choice. Your stability. The Artiste, Queen of Stones. But it's about your creation. What should I do? What should I focus on? What are my strengths? If there's something here that's undermining your confidence, it creates a lot of doubt and questions, and I feel like you have to not be in that state, and you have to just go. You want to go. But you have to go fully. You can't really to as much as you can. So as much as you can know yourself, you have to go fully. You can't like trick reality here. You can't trick. It's like you can't help a butterfly come out of the chrysalis because it dies, because it doesn't exercise the wings, and it can't spread them and fly, because the breaking out of the chrysalis is what trains the butterfly to then fly. So it's like you can't cheat the process. And maybe there's this entity here, or this like annoying voice or annoying person. It can be a person in your life that's saying like you can cheat that, like you can do things in this other way, and it's much better because you can, you can be sneaky, or you can It's very critical, like soul shrinker. Oh, okay. So this soul shrinker, so the soul shrinker doesn't want your soul to expand like this. You have to sacrifice your relationship to this thing here. Well, okay. 4 of stones. 3 of mirrors and the minstrel with the king of stones. You have a lot of pentacle energy here. Of course, there's the cups here, but surrounded by pentacle energy. It's like there's this castle. There's this building protecting the 3 of cups here. Protecting relationships. Protecting collaboration. Protecting innocence and strength. This is a very sweet connection here between the lion and the lamb. Very unlikely, because the lion would be a predator. The minstrel. Protecting your relationships. Making the right choice. I feel like you might need to choose between 2 or 3 options, maybe people or companies or jobs or ways of doing things. Maybe you have to make a choice here. But I would say that your guiding light is the people and the relationships, the ones that allow you to remove the soul shrinker from your life. The sojourner, king of mirrors. I feel like someone is connecting with you that's really important for this cleansing. I feel like it's a masculine energy. It's someone who knows who has a lot of control of themselves because of self-knowledge, not because of oppression or suppression of their feelings and sensations or whatever. I feel like it's someone very honest, someone who's going to be very straightforward and honest with you. And I feel like they're going to lead you out of this relationship or this energy. They're going to, but they will also show you something like a bit raw about life. They're going to say, okay, if you want to go on this route, if you want to do this, you have to make a sacrifice. But it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing, but it will feel like losing. And maybe the first reaction will be to be holding on. But I feel like you can minimize that sensation if you realize that you're being accepted also, that you are also accepted. So it's like this, there's this rude awakening, there's this cruel reality of a situation that you have to accept, but you are also being accepted by it or by the people around you. It's like, we understand. We understand what you went through, or we understand what you are going through. We are just showing you reality, but at the same time, we are also being a part of your reality. We're here to help you as much as we can, but we can't make the choice for you. You have to make the choice yourself. 8 of spirals and the Ace of Scrolls. So now this just comes back to the ancient writings. This is the most ancient way of writing that is known until now, the oldest system. So to me, it feels like you're going to be presented with some kind of document that you have to make a very snap decision about. It has to be very, very quick. And they understand that you have to make a sacrifice, but it's something that is needed for you to grow. And I feel like this reading comes to you so that you realize that you're dealing with this huge, not huge, I would say you're dealing with a lot of energy here with the soul shrinker that is not yours. And that's going to be a problem here, because I feel like the people who are in front of you are going to feel that. They're going to feel like, but if you want to progress, you have to give that up. And it's going to be very intuitive. It's going to be something that can happen like in seconds. It's going to be very, like a very quick move that you have to make. And this reading comes to you so that you understand that you have this memory, probably from childhood, of like an influence, a presence, someone from your life very close that was, it's like they did what they wanted. And they had this very strong idea of what that was. And that ended up maybe bending your perception of what it is to be confident. And I feel like you are going to be judged in like a split second. Someone is going to see if you're confident. Are you confident about what you're doing? And if you are, it makes a world of difference. But if you're not, they're kind of like, okay, then we have to wait for you to be in the right place. And it's not right now. But if you're quick about it, if you change this, if you are aware of what's happening, you will make the right choice, because I feel like this reading is all about making the right choices. So for this pile, this Neptune, Saturn, and Aries conjunction is going to be very, very productive if you make the right choices. But you have to be confident about those choices, and that comes from you analyzing someone from your past that represents the epitome of confidence. This person was very confident, was like you admired them for that characteristic specifically, but there was something off with that confidence. Something wasn't quite right for you, and I feel like you might have tried to, as a child, like emulate their behavior, but because it wasn't yours, because it wasn't your way, because it was very it didn't fit your temperament, it didn't fit your soul. I feel like you tried your best to fit, fit the shoe, to fit your to put your fit in the shoe, your foot in that shoe, and it just doesn't fit. So it's not your way of being confident. You have a very different way of accepting yourself, of being confident. And I feel like there's for some of you, you might be more advanced in this process, and some of you might need to just have your first contact with this idea of transforming your conception of this person. But you have to address it before you are challenged like this. Because if you're not confident by the time you are challenged in this way, this energy is what's going to come up to the surface and maybe take over. You have to sacrifice it so that the mirror is clear again, so that you can see through the cracks. Because maybe, you have to see through the cracks. Maybe you have issues that you have to deal with, but you still have to be confident. It's a lot of self-acceptance too. And there's something here about this ancient writing. Maybe you'll find like a diary or a letter. Something from this person might reveal something to you, like, oh, actually they're not as confident as I thought, or my conception of them was actually very incomplete. Maybe you'll find a letter, a paper, for sure. Ancient writing. Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 2. This is your world card. And we have Hermaphroditus in the middle. So this the child of Hermes and Aphrodite. It's a conjunction of the female and masculine and male, aspects, and the fusion together. So the integration of everything here, also with the Ouroboros snake. So the end that's a beginning and the beginning that is an end. This is also about the going back to the beginning. There's something coming back. But I feel like the focus here is on integration, the fusion of something. So maybe your something is coming together. Some things are coming together, fusing into one. Interesting cycle. Okay, so I feel like I want to get you a rune. Okay, so we have the Tiwaz rune. That is about leadership, courage, and also strength in battle. So this got me thinking, because I saw that maybe you're going into a battle. Okay, let's see what these are first. We have Judgment. Maybe it's a legal battle. And Warrior. I mean, yeah. Diwas and the Warrior. Wow. You're going to fight something important for you. for something. You're going to fight for something that you really believe in. So we have smoke, purification, union, community, and protection. Armor, amplification, shield, honor, ceremony. Boy, you're going to get some really strong protection from your spirit guides, from the other side, but also from the collective. It's like everything is protecting you. Everything is coming together to protect the things that you love. Seeds, potential, explosion, simplicity, humility. Small things will become enormous. Small things that become enormous. The journeyman. And the singer of intuition. Okay. So this is truly about trusting your intuition here. He's leaping into the unknown, and he's very happy about it, very optimistic, very, cheered up. Singer of intuition is really supporting. It's like supporting his whole journey is the intuition, it's your protection from the other side. You can defend what is important to you, because you are protected. You are united with something that might transcend the senses, the five senses. Something that transcends human judgment, maybe, because judgment here maybe is not human judgment. You are judged by something that transcends the boundaries of the Ouroboros. It's outside of that circle. Your intuition will guide you forward, and you are protected. You are possibly a part of it, like a spiritual war here. You know that. But I feel like this is nothing new in a sense, but because it's going to require you to step up, you will be in a leadership position. You have to be courageous because you're going into a battle. Tiwaz here is preparing you for that. The High Priestess. Yeah, this is a very spiritual reading. This is about your spiritual path, your spiritual mission here. It's very strong and very specific, I would say. I'm not sure if I am going to understand it, because with the High Priestess here, let's see what the reading brings, but maybe only you know that. Only you are supposed to know it. 3 of Wands. 7 of Cups. And the 2 of Pentacles. Wow. I feel like this is about the tools that you use to work on this. So maybe now you are kind of confused about, okay, what tools do I have for this battle? So what are my weapons, let's say? What are my weapons in this spiritual war? What has the most impact? What gives you the results? here with the Three of Wands. What gives you the results that you want? Knight of Pentacles. Again, okay, I understand. Seeds, Knight of Pentacles. Small things become enormous things in the future. Small things. But potent, like small, wholesome things, full of life, imbued with the spirit, completely imbued with the spirit. So it's like, I can give you a small example. So if you like working in ritual and you like to charge specific objects with specific energies, some people use like pentacles to do that. It can be called a pentacle, that object that can be charged. So it can be a ring, it can be an amulet, it can be, you know, whatever, like a statue, a symbol, something like that. So if you charge specific symbols with the cleanest, most wholesome energy that you can contain in yourself in that moment towards that object, in time it will become something that's completely out of the, you know, out of that. It's like an explosion. So very tiny things. And this is just a metaphor. You can do this with things in your daily life. It's just the devotion and the energy that you put into things. If it's pure, if it's directed at the right cause, and you feel like that, you feel the alignment. I feel like I'm talking to people who are already aware of that connection. Like, I know how it feels. Sometimes I might not be completely aligned, but I know how it feels. And when I'm doing it, when I'm focusing that energy into whatever I'm doing, I know I am sowing a seed, a tiny seed that will explode in the future. Humble things, very humble things, humble beginnings. Wow, that's a lot of cards. 4 cards. Okay. Let's just do this. Yeah. Strength, the Hanged Man, King of Swords, and 10 of Pentacles. I feel like I can put it here. Strength, the Hanged Man. There's something like noble about what you're doing. A noble sacrifice. It's a long-term strategy. Noble sacrifices done with in the name of dignity, in the name of beauty, and in the name of truth. They are the long-term strategy. Your best long-term strategy. Because everything you do will explode into something great. Even if it feels very small at the moment, like I'm not even making a dent. I'm working, I'm like a warrior, I'm fighting for what I believe. I'm not making a dent. It doesn't seem like you can be confused, even confused by the results. Like maybe the what you're doing is not giving you the feedback that you're thinking it will. It's strange. Like, I'm surrounded by this strange energy that doesn't really validate what I'm doing. But in the name of truth and beauty and the divine, every strategy is the best, because long term it will become what you are dreaming of. And maybe it's because you have this very attuned intuition to what the future is, what it might bring, that what you're doing right now doesn't really seem like it's producing anything, because you're working for the very long term. These two cards also. Seven of Pentacles and Six of Wands. Small victories. Small victories. Small Victories is a song by Faith No More. Is it? Small Victories. Am I confusing? Am I confusing the name of the song? If I find it, I will post it down. I heard it in my mind. I even heard like the Mike Patton's voice in my head. It really brings back a lot of memories. That's interesting. It's also that feeling of Saturn, bringing up stuff from the past, from maybe some karmic energy there. Small victories. Small victories. Now I can't get the music out of my head. Now I have to listen to it. And so, yeah, I guess I'll post it down in the comment section. Okay. Six of Cups. Nostalgia, right? Oh, okay. So now I understand also one thing here is that you're both, that's why the Ouroboros. So you're both seeing this, having maybe this even transcendent moment where you can see how your small actions are accruing and becoming something in the future, distant future even, long-term plans. But you're also enjoying some of the results of the little seeds that were planted a long time ago. Maybe the cycles of like Saturnian cycles. You can check out the like your Saturn return and see where you are in that cycle. 30-year cycle, more or less, depending on your sign. So I feel like you're getting also like these memory flashes, like I had just now with the Faith No More song. And there's something there. There's something in that moment, like when you heard that song. This is for me, of course, but maybe for yourself, you're getting this like clear hunch about what's going on in the world and what's going on in your world, what's going on in the future, what you're projecting to the future, what's your long-term strategy. You're going to have some kind of clear vision because of a nostalgic moment. Wow. Ace of Wands. It's going to inspire you very much. Oh, I get it. Nine of Cups with the Five of Pentacles. So you might feel like you lost something that you liked. Those nostalgic moments are going to give you the direction you need, because they will show you something that you've lost, that you liked, that you loved very much, that you want to get back into your life. So you're now building a bridge to the future where you can meet those things again, where you can find those again. So I'm just going to give you a small metaphor for what this might be. And this is a metaphor because I feel like this is more spiritual than practical. So imagine that in the course of your life, you had to move houses, or you had to get rid of all the stuff that you had. And maybe you got rid of a beautiful collection. And maybe now you're seeing how it was valuable and how it will be valuable in the future. So you want to get it back, and you are getting it back piece by piece. You are getting it back piece by piece. It's going to be a painful journey though, because there's this sense of I lost it. But it's better that you focus on getting it back, because it is something that is important to you. It's a part of what is important to you, and it's about your dignity. It's about your sense of what is right and wrong. Also, what is just, what is right and wrong, because you have to fight for what you believe in, and that gives you immense passion. So you're fighting for what you believe in. It gives you that sense of inspiration and drive, and wanting to do stuff, wanting to wake up and do stuff. Very interesting. So this coming cycle is going to bring you a transformation that is spiritual, mostly spiritual, that helps you have the motivation to do very tiny things, very humble things that will become huge in the future, because you know where this is going. You know that you have to invest in that, so that when it explodes, you are in this 10 of Pentacles and King of Swords. Like, you have the strategy that took you here into this plentiful, abundant place where you don't need anything. You have, and you have enough to also leave to others, and to be generous, to be sharing. Okay, very interesting. And you are protected, and you are going to be in a, so this is also all a part of that strategy that is also long-term strategy, to be a leader, to be brave, to be in that battle, fighting for what you believe in. Because you have seen where this is going, not with your sight, but with your intuition. And your intuition is really powerful, is really taking you places. Follow it. It might seem very strange. It will take you to this, a lot of nostalgia, a lot of connection to things that happened in the past. I feel like with the Ouroboros here, time will seem like very something that you can shape with your hands, even like Play-Doh. Like it will seem very mushy and very flexible, and it can be confusing because the results are not coming. So it's like you hit a button, and when you hit it, it doesn't click. It doesn't really react to the action. It just changes something else in another place, and it can be a bit strange because it's like your perception of time is not going to be very linear. But that's also what gives you this ability to see, to see the future, to have this intuition that really moves you forward into this long-term strategy here. Okay, thank you so much for this. I hope you also enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 3. This is your world card, the World Tree, and this card is all about the collective mind, the collective human existence. It's about completion. It's also about the understanding of the complexity here with the labyrinth and with the material rewards, like just rewards for your labor, your work, your investment. Okay. So I think I will get you an since this is the World Tree. Okay, so, oh no, it's upside down. So this is tin, and this is about being the best in the fight. Can be a little bit competitive. But let's see, what is this about for pile number 3? Is it all? No, one more. Okay. And I'll also get you these 2. So, okay, we have love, childlike innocence, play, honesty, essence, initiation, tradition, death and resurrection, spiritual medicine, and impediments, rules, willpower, refusal, discipline, and responsibility. Okay, so we have the arbiter, and sage. Who is making a decision? Someone is making a decision. Is it someone for you, or is it you? The bodacious Bodach. Jehobiah. And the singer of transfiguration. So I feel like you're making, this is almost like it's not a U-turn, but it's a very sharp turn because of the interference of someone, or seeing that someone is kind of stopping you from moving forward or from completing something, and you're like, I will complete this anyway. I will do this. I will transform myself so that I can finish this. I don't want, you're not relying upon this path anymore. It's like you're turning your back to something. You're making a very sharp turn. I feel like you don't want to play this game. It's like, I won't play this game like that. I won't do what you want. I will do what transforms me, what makes me. I feel like, I don't know if maybe you're burning a bridge here, because I feel like you're ready to be reborn. Like you want to transform your life so much, and you don't want to deal with this energy here. You're ready to let something go, because it's not working for you anymore, and it will change you so much, and it will change your life, but it will change you first. It's like you want to follow your own wisdom here. It's your own spiritual medicine. You're not going to follow anyone's rules, anyone else's rules, anyone else's orders. 9 of Stones with tradition. Oh, there you go. Sometimes it just does that. It's very dark today, this overcast and rain. So tradition again, tradition, death and resurrection, spiritual medicine. I feel like you found a path where you don't want to go. Like, okay, I understood what this is. I don't want that for my life. I don't want it for me. I will do something else, and you will just, woo, just sharp turn. And I almost hear the car, like the tire making this really high-pitched noise, like drifting. Sharp turn. 6 of Stones with exploitation. Okay, so maybe this person was wanted to exploit you somehow, or you were feeling like you had to exploit to continue. Like this wasn't working. 7 of Arrows with insecurity. This is the 7 of Swords. So I feel like this is the interference here, the bodacious Buddha. Maybe this person was thinking that they could kind of take over a part of what you were doing. Maybe they were taking credit for what you were doing, for your work. 9 of Bows with respect. There are boundaries here. There are limits here, like that shouldn't be crossed. Like you don't want to mess with me. Don't do that. Don't mess with me, because I will burn this bridge and I don't care. I will transform my life completely, but I will not submit to this. 4 of Bows with celebration. And this is the way for you. This is the way for you. Maybe you'll even like break a contract, like this person didn't follow the rules, and maybe a contract is being breached. Page of Bows with Stoat. 9 of Arrows with dedication. Yeah, something is also, it's really ringing the alarm for you. So it's like you go back to the contract and you see, okay, so this person is not acting as they should. So this is a breach of the agreement. So I am liberating myself from this. 10 of Stones with Home. To me, this is a lot about autonomy, independence. Like I will do it myself. I will turn my back on this. I will decide what to do. I am the one who decides. I get the power of decision. I get to decide what is the best way. Four of Stones with protection. Three of Stones with creativity. That's a lot of pentacles here. And Two of Bows with decision. Wow. So it feels like what you decide now is going to have a lot of repercussions. Two of Arrows with injustice. Maybe even some kind of legal, with the Arbiter here and Two of Arrows. Some kind of legal consequences to this. But I feel like you're deciding to dissolve this connection, to end the contract. Because this person wasn't following the rules, or they were abusing their power. They were abusing their, twisting the rules so that they could have more influence and get more money, or get this, of the upper hand. And it's not fair. So I feel like maybe there's going to be some kind of legal thing here, legal action. Maybe you're deciding to move forward with some kind of legal action. Like there's boundaries that you can't overstep. I'm not letting you shall not pass, like the Lord of the Rings reference. No, you shall not pass. That is unfair. That's not. I have protection, like legal protection. I will work with that. I will work with the protection that is given to me, the structures that are already built to defend myself from this. So this is for some of you this is more practical interpretations, very specific. But it gives you autonomy in independence. It gives you your self-respect back, your dignity back. Just let me clarify something here. Page of Arrows with Ren. So I feel like in a way you are also testing the boundaries with the Page of Arrows. I feel like you're kind of like studying what can be done. Like, what can I do? What can be done? What is my power? What are my rights? I want to understand this better. I don't want to be blindsided. I don't want to be treated unjustly. And you're finding out, like I'm going to the bottom of this. I'm going to Three of Bows with fulfillment. I have to go to the bottom of this so that I can make the right choices also. And I feel like this is going to give you this sense of completion. Like if you study this correctly, if you know all the details, if you explore the limits, you are going to, in the end of the process, have this sense of fulfillment and completion of a mission, like you got a stronghold of things. Like I can understand my life. I can picture it. I can adapt. I can do what I want. This is a lot about empowerment, self-empowerment, about using your own knowledge to guide you through life. But it's not just intuition. It's like very practical, very empirical experience here of making choices and dealing with the consequences of those choices, being responsible, following rules, understanding rules, knowing when they apply and when people are following them or not, and what are your rights, what are other people's rights, and your duties, your obligations. So it's very interesting because it's also, so I feel like this phase for you is also about understanding very complex situations and to having a very strong holistic grasp about complex situations, on complex situations. And it's having this bird's eye view of the labyrinth, of the human mind, of the collective mind too. So there's a lot of mind and pentacles here. So there's a lot of how things work. This is the mind, using your mind to understand matter, how things work, how to make things work, how to use all the instruments, that especially legal instruments, and so written rules like laws, legislation, procedures, protocols, how to make things work, how to use those in your favor, what to conclude from that. What can you take away? What is the benefit for you? And how can you use it and apply it into real world things? Your work, what you are working on, what you are building, what you're creating, your maybe it's your financial stability, maybe it's your career, maybe it's your family. So knowing how to follow rules, understand rules, and apply them in a just way. There's a lot of studying here also. So now I do understand the tradition, also the tradition aspect here, because I feel like you're maybe entering this whole new world with this understanding, with studying this subject. It's like being introduced to a tradition, a way of doing things. So it's like, oh, so what? This is how things are done. Okay. Oh, now I understand how, It's like, I don't see any move here, but it's almost like moving to a different country and trying to understand the laws, the legislations, the language, how people communicate. How do you say something if you want this effect? So how to operate, how to create in according to these rules. And this is just an example because I just see you like exploring rules and using them in a way that is just, and also using them specifically for this situation to keep you safe from interference, to keep you safe from blocks. And also, okay, for some of you, this is also about you creating your own set of rules, creating your own tradition. So maybe you're like creating a course, teaching, you're creating a path for others to follow. And I'm saying this because when I see the Bodacious Bodah and the Jihobaya here, like, it seems like, no, this is not the way. I will do it my own way with the Singer of Transfiguration. I will create my own rules. So for some of you, the more rebel types, I guess, this is going to be about such a sense of responsibility that you are going to create the rules. You are going to be the one who creates the plan that others have to study. So, and this is for some of you who have this, your essence is more like contrarian, or like I don't like submitting to other people's rules. I don't like submitting to others, to what other people thought was okay, was just. I have to create something on my own. So for some of you, that's going to be the case. Okay. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.